Assalamu alaikum, brother. Thank you for writing to our live session. As I understand your situation, you're 39 years old and you're bisexual and you want to get married and have a family. But you're having issues with women accepting you being bisexual, and that's understandable. You state that women that you do talk to and are honest with, they leave or they press you because they want to make sure that that part of your life is over with, right? And that's understandable. When you're entering a marriage, it's really important to be honest with the person. And it's also really important to have severe traumas resolved or mostly resolved, okay? And as you stated that you were sexually molested as a child, you forgot about it, and then a few years later, you started having subconscious thoughts about it. And you feel that this is what has triggered your hypersexuality and your orientation. So, brother, my advice, inshallah, is to first get therapy, right? That's going to be the most important thing right now, is for you to get assistance and help overcoming the severe trauma that you went through as a child. You already stated that it's impacted your life negatively, and sadly, it will continue to. It will continue to until you address it professionally. So I kindly advise that you do reach out to a therapist, a counselor in your area to be assessed and participate in ongoing therapy to help you with this trauma and to help you to move through it and beyond it, right? Once you start healing from the trauma, things may change for you, right? You may feel that you're no longer bisexual. You may not feel hypersexuality. You may not feel a lot of things that you're feeling right now, but you won't know until you start the healing process, right? So that's the first thing, is to heal and get help. You might find, like I said, that going through the process of healing from trauma will help you to find out who you really are in terms of sexuality, and to help you understand who you are in terms of sexuality, right? It may be that you're bisexual, or it may be that you're not. And if you're not, that will make it much more easier moving forward in trying to, find a Muslim girl, get married, and have a family. But like I said, it's too premature right now, since you are still going through the trauma subconsciously and now consciously. It's too early to tell, where your true desires lie, where your true self is. So I kindly suggest, before thinking about getting married, that you do engage in ongoing therapy, move through the healing process, unravel what happened to you, and experience what you need to experience to put the feelings and the activities and the horror that happened to you, the tragedy that happened to you, in a place where it is no longer going to be such an active, unresolved part of your psychological makeup, right? Trauma can come in many different forms and can cause a lot of different reactions, consciously and unconsciously, right? It can change the way we think. It can change us physically, the way we react to things, and cause depression and anxiety, nightmares, and substance abuse, a whole bunch of things. But please do get counseling, brother, for the trauma, and get that resolved first before we move ahead with thinking about getting married. And most important is, pray to Allah, ask Allah to help you with your healing journey. Ask Allah to grant you mercy and forgiveness, and for closeness to Him and a future marriage partner, right? Because Allah understands what happened to you. He knows what happened to you, and He loves you. And it is not your fault. It is not your fault that you got molested as a child. I want to make that very clear. And I'm sure you already know that. But moving forward, you're 39 now. And inshallah, you'll use this as an impetus to get the help and the treatment that you need for your trauma. And again, I'm really sorry to hear that this happened to you. This is not your fault. But unfortunately, it is the world that we live in. And unfortunately now, it's something that you have to resolve. But with Allah's mercy and love and blessings, it can be resolved, brother. And then once it gets resolved, you will have a better idea who you truly are, and you'll have a better idea regarding which direction you want to go in with your life concerning marriage and children. So please, consider this as a first step to healing and to actually, moving forward with a marriage, because you don't want to enter a marriage with trauma issues, right? You don't want to bring that into a marriage. The bisexuality is an issue in Islam, yes, but just as big of an issue right now is the trauma, because I'm sure there are other things going on that the trauma is bringing out, right? That's causing problems in other areas of your life, perhaps, as well. So by resolving the trauma first and then moving forward, you'll have a much clearer vision of who you are, where you want to be, and how you can marry, if you still choose to, marry a Muslim girl and have a family. So please do get counseling, brother, and know that Allah loves you, but also know that we trust in Allah, but we have to tie our camel, meaning we trust in Allah, but we also have to take the steps to either heal or prevent a situation from happening or increase the likelihood of a situation happening, right? So we have responsibilities as well. So with that said, please, do consider these points, and it's my sincerest hope that you do reach out and get counseling and get this issue resolved. We wish you the best.